I'm gonna be doing my makeup today, and I thought I would read some embarrassing stories from Reddit, because one of my favorite things is hearing people's embarrassing stories. I have a few myself, obviously, we all do, but hearing like other people suffer from embarrassment just makes me happy. I guess. I mean, if they're willing to share it, it's okay to laugh, right? I thought I'd just do my makeup for the day. It's not going to be anything crazy, but just kind of like, you know, and maybe we'll have a few laughs together. I hope this turns out funny. We'll see. I already did foundation. The first story I found is from a deleted user, actually. So I want to try to give credit where credit is due, but this person actually ended up deleting their profile. So can't give them proper credit. But actually, before I get into that, listen to this. I'm debating never buying another concealer again just because I love that noise so much. I think it's awesome. So the title of this story is I Raised My Hand in Class and Waited Patiently Until I Died. The title caught me because how many times have you been in class or like remember being in school and you either had to like go to the bathroom really bad or just had to leave class for like an emergency and you were raising your hand and the teacher just like wouldn't call on you or didn't see you, or they did and then just like wouldn't let you go. So they're saying, picture this. I was in 7th grade. I was extremely sick, but my mom is the type that doesn't let you miss school unless you are dead. My cough sounded like I was hacking up the world's wettest mucus. Boy, I liked was in class. So I tried my hardest not to cough for 55 minutes. When I read that, I immediately thought of the meme. I'll post a picture of it here. The meme of the kid going, and he's like all red and stuff. So she was trying her hardest not to cough for 45 minutes or 55 minutes. It got to the point where I was just taking in small gaps of breath and then a huge massive mucus stilled my airway and I couldn't breathe. I was pretty shy and just raised my hand and waited a good 5 to 10 minutes for the teacher to call on me. Relatable. Meantime, I was still trying to breathe but couldn't because I was only inflating the mucus like a bubble wand. The kid next to me looks at me and with an attitude says, "If you need to sneeze, just sneeze." And it was at that point the teacher finally called on me and I must have looked blue in the face because she let out a scream and ran behind me and started doing the Heimlich, which dislocked the mucus with the loudest, grossest hack ever to leave a human. Poor thing. She carried and dragged me out of the room where I started violently shaking and having a panic attack. There she told me, "Courtney, if you are dying, you don't need to raise your hand." I have a lot of like friends in education and I'm curious if there are any stories anyone can relate to with that from the teacher's perspective. Like, has there ever been any student where like you couldn't believe they just didn't just leave or they kept their hand raised for too long and ended up like shitting themselves or something? I'm sure there's a story out there somewhere with that. I feel like all of my embarrassing stories happened in school. The only time I remember being embarrassed as an adult is I was training somebody at my restaurant job and thankfully I knew them because if I didn't I would probably be even more like brutally embarrassed. But I had been drinking Red Bull and I burped and they walked right into like the gas bubble and they like almost gagged. They're like, "Oh God, was that a burp? Was that a burp? All I smell is like hot Red Bull." I was like, "I'm so sorry." Sorry, Kevin. So this next one is from Gemini Gall and her story is titled, "The Police Were Called Because I Ordered a Pizza." Her story begins, "We're in the UK. Their whole country is in lockdown. They can only leave their house for food and daily exercise. It's eased a bit now, but that's what the rules were when this happened." Anyways, another rule is you can't have house parties or have social gatherings. The police are allowed to disperse your social gathering. She writes, "I'm home alone. I ordered a pizza, fries, and chicken nuggets. Basically, a lot of food." This next part is like so freaking genius to me. She says, "When I do that, I always put on a YouTube clip in the background that sounds like a party. So the delivery guy thinks that that's not all for her." So she said she totally forgot that it was a pandemic. She had had several cocktails, so she left that clip on, and the delivery guy ended up reporting her. The police came to the door. She has no bra on, crusty pajamas, and a bare face, looking like a crackhead. They came into my house and was like, "Where is everyone?" And she had to explain that I'm embarrassed I ordered so much food and had to show them my search history to prove it, and they were really nice about it. I feel bad for taking up their time, but it was so embarrassing. Anyways, hope that made you chuckle. It's not that funny, but I had to share somehow. Oh my god, I think that's hilarious and brilliant. I'm totally gonna use that someday, because there was one time I was really hungover after Halloween one year, like really hungover, and I was home alone and I wanted chicken parm, french fries, onion rings, chicken nuggets. I wanted so much stuff from the pizza place that was up the street. So I ordered a lot. I ordered pretty much everything I just mentioned. And I was so hungover that first of all, I had been puking all morning. And then when I went to answer the door, I opened it like a little bit, and then I felt puke coming on, so I shut it. He's like standing right there. I shut it, turned around, was like all over the floor, opened it up, and I was like, "I'm so sorry. Thank you so much." And I took everything. Yeah. All right, so I haven't read this story, but it's called "Coughed So Hard I Pooped in Front of My Boyfriend." I mean, we can tell, I guess, what happens here just by the title, but this story is from Shaynonymous, Chey, anonymous. So she writes, "I was talking to my boyfriend in our bedroom when all of a sudden I choked on my own saliva. Happens to everyone, no big deal." I can relate to that. "So I started walking to the bathroom to drink from the faucet when a small when a small turd shoots out of my shorts as I'm coughing." It just thuds on the floor in between the both of us. Then I had to get toilet paper to pick it up and flush it. Those few seconds, it just sat there in his sight, and it felt like an eternity. The first comment is, "Shit happens." Oh my god, that's really funny. Wow. All right, this one's long, but I'm gonna read sentence by sentence and see if I can kind of summarize it or make it shorter for everyone. So this story comes from Carlos the Realist, and it's called "My Girlfriend's Dog Made It Known to Her Parents That Me and My Girlfriend Are Sexually Active." Kind of looks pink, huh? Oh fuck, why did I do that? Oh my god, I feel like I just fucked this up. My crease is turning browner by the second. That's what she said. Carlos the Realist writes, "So one day, girlfriend's parents are gone. They decide to take advantage of that fact and do what any young couple would do in that opportunity. They get intimate, and since she wasn't on birth control, they had to use condoms." I think I know where this is going. "They finish up, decide to shower. He takes the condom off in the bathroom, wraps it in tissue paper, and throws it away in the garbage bin. The condom wrapper was disposed of separately in the same manner, but in her bedroom garbage bin. You gotta be discreet, you know? So they head downstairs to enjoy the rest of their morning, went to school, and she usually puts a gate up to the stairs so the dog does not go upstairs, and decide to use the bathroom / make a mess. That morning, she did not put the barrier up. So the dog eventually heads upstairs and manages to get into the bathroom garbage, finds the used condom and leaves it in the middle of the bathroom floor. No one comes home until later in the afternoon. He goes back into her house after class so they can hang out before he has to head home. Her parents are there but have not gone upstairs yet. I'm hanging for about 2 hours, then I decide to head out. I say goodbye to everyone, and not 15 minutes later, just as I'm getting to my house, my girlfriend texts me that her parents wanted to have a serious talk with him. She then informs me that they found the condom in the middle of the bathroom floor. Cannot describe the numbness that hit my body." Oh, man. My stomach was churning just thinking of the conversation that awaited me when I would see them next. I managed to get out of meeting them for the next 3 days. Excuses like work, school, homework, whatever. But I finally thought I should get things over with and went over to her house on that 4th day. I think the extra days helped everyone calm down a bit, but the conversation was still of a serious tone, but they seemed understanding. Oh, I did get the whole, what are your future plans for your relationship with my daughter? I already knew I would want to marry her one day, but I didn't have the balls to tell them given the whole awkwardness of the situation. And he mostly wanted us to respect his house, which I completely understood. Needless to say, I was not to come by the house when the girlfriend is home alone, and after 8:30 p.m. I had to go home and trade her for the world. Blah, 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 blah. She's now my fiance and will be his wife in upcoming June. This was posted a year ago, so congratulations, guys. That's awesome. All right, this next story comes from Beausin, Beausin, and it says, my boob is forever on my uni's website. I'm guessing meaning university. She writes, so I am a student online for grad school. I'm still new to this way this university does their online classes. So this class, the professor holds live classes 1 day a week. That's not too bad or anything, but it would be great to have known more than an hour before the class. So I'm in the outfit I came into this world in, meaning naked, chilling in my bed, listening music, enjoying life, and my phone dings, and I look to see that we have an hour before class starts. So I'm like, oh shit, I had no idea we even had live classes. So I put my phone in my lap, face up, and reached over, titties swaying to the back and forth movement over my phone. I'm just living my best life until I hear the most horrifying sound I've ever heard in my life. It was the voice of an old man saying, ma'am, your camera is on. I panicked and shut my entire phone off and sat there, pure dead. I'm like, oh my God, that did not happen. Full on panic mode. Then I was like, you know, B, it's okay. There are 26 people in class. Just go to the lecture and your name will fade into the other names and just act normal like nothing happened. I get back on time for class to start, and the devil was like, hold on. I had to get my liquid liner on before I told the rest of the story. Okay, I get back on time for class to start, and the devil was like, Jesus on vacation, bitch, I got the wheel today. As I was the only person who showed up to the lecture. It was the most awkward 5 minutes of my life, as he then goes on to say the second most horrifying thing I've heard in my life. I see many didn't show up today, and that's fine. These sessions automatically start recording when I sign in, and the university uploads them automatically within 24 hours of recording. They stay up for review for not just this class, but all future classes. Read that again. It auto records when he logs in. He, as in the man who made sure to tell me my camera was on. My titty is officially a part of the lesson and university website for good. No one has contacted me about my Janet Jackson nip slip, and I have yet to bring it up. It is a giant titty-shaped elephant in the room. Oh wait, sorry. So someone commented, just in case you're wondering, someone did comment and say like you can contact all these people in admins or whatever. She says, I emailed the tech support, my advisor, and the dean of students immediately after class, and they are doing what they can, but from what I understand, they will have to take the whole video down. That was just as embarrassing, because now I'm the person who made the class miss an entire class because my boob made its way onto the small screen. Oh, she has an update. The head of student affairs called me about the incident and assured me that the video was taken down, and administration edited the video and worked with my professor, who also emailed about the situation for his higher ups to reshoot it. Nice. Good for her. That's good. All right, I'm gonna do one more, only because the title totally caught me. I love embarrassing stories that have to do with poop, so I'm pretty sure that's this one. This is from the user No Truth Not Trust. No, like KNOW. Okay, so the title of this story is, and then I pulled the turd out of the toilet with my hands. I was awkward as a kid. I didn't want any attention whatsoever. One day my family drove to Indiana to meet my sister's fiance's family. They were weird and very extroverted. It was uncomfortable, so I retreated to the basement. They had a pool table, so I spent my entire time playing pool by myself while everyone got to know each other upstairs. Horrible, upset stomach hit me. Fuck. No way was I going to poop in this stranger's house. Also relatable. I looked around the basement and found a small bathroom off of a bedroom in the basement. I sat down and emptied out a huge turd. Just one giant poop, probably 10 to 12 inches long. Feeling better, I cleaned up, pulled my pants up, and reached to flush. Click, 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 click. The fucking flush was completely limp. No way to flush the turd down. So I panicked. I can't leave this huge smelly poop in here, so there was only one thing to do. I wrapped my hands in toilet paper, and prepped myself to go in and wrestle her out of there. Oh my God. As soon as my hands hit the water, the toilet paper disintegrated. There was nothing I could do about it. I had to keep going. I grabbed that sucker with both hands and was immediately amazed of how rubbery it was. I slowly lifted it out of the bowl and started swinging it over the seat. It elongated very quickly and broke in half. One half still in my hand, the other took a hard landing on the seat. I threw the first piece in the trash, then the second. I wiped the seat off and hid the turds under a bunch of toilet paper, and then I left. We went to a hotel that night, ready to leave in the morning. The next morning, my parents told me we were going back for breakfast. Fuck. We get there. There are less people. As everyone retreated to the kitchen for breakfast, I took back the stair to the basement for recon. I figured I could sneak the trash outside to get rid of the evidence. I go in the basement, I go to the bathroom. Fuck, the toilet seat is down with an out of order sign and the trash is gone. Needless to say, it was the longest breakfast ever. I was the only one in the basement the day before. The embarrassment, the shame, I still shudder to this day. That's really funny. That makes me laugh. I don't know what I would do if I mean, it's hard enough when you have to shit somewhere else other than your own home. I can't imagine what it's like when your shit can't go down or won't go down or whatever. That's gotta be horrifying. I've been neglecting telling this story because I know my parents watch this. So I'm sorry, Mom and Dad. Thankfully, the story isn't me. I was going to tell it earlier and then I decided not to, but I think I'm gonna tell it. So this happened a long time ago, but my friend was over. A friend I really don't talk to anymore, not because I don't like this person, but just because, you know, you lose touch over the years. So we were in the basement. She told me she had to go to the bathroom. I was like, fine, no big deal. I realized after a while she had been gone for a long time. I was like, what is she doing? I waited a few more minutes and then she finally came back downstairs. She said, I need you to come upstairs as soon as possible. Like right now. I need you to come right now. I walk up and I was about to go into our first floor bathroom. And she was like, no, I went upstairs. So we walked to the upstairs bathroom. And Mom and Dad, this is in our old house, so you don't have to worry about this. So when I get upstairs, her shit is coming out of the drain in the sink. She said she was trying to flush her giant shit and it wouldn't go down. Aside from laughing, I was trying to stop myself from throwing up, but she needed help and I was a good friend. So we used everything we could think of, which was really just the handle of the plunger, and shoved it down into the sink. Let the hot water like keep running. This is the handle where like just pushing that shit. God, my mom's gonna kill me. And it went down. I did manage to get some cleaning products involved. There were some that were under the sink, and then I did kind of sneak downstairs to get some more. So it's not like we just left this like just, you know, we did what we could to clean it up. But so that happened. I can't remember if she ever told me not to tell anybody, so, but I think, isn't there like a 7-year rule for that or some shit? So sorry to that person. I don't think you watch these anyway. We haven't really talked in a long time, so, anyway. So that wasn't my most embarrassing story. I think my most embarrassing story is, well, the first one that comes to mind is in 4th grade when we were sitting on the floor for like reading circle or whatever. And I wasn't like, you know, I was a little on the chunkier side. I went to stand up and I farted really, really, really loud. And everyone heard it and everyone laughed. And people wonder why I hold in my farts so well as an adult, because that still haunts me to this day. I cried a lot about that. I know I have more embarrassing stories, but that is definitely top 3 for sure. Hope you like this video and I'll see you next time. Bye.